Welcome to Get and Keep Biz, a video learning series. Today we're going to talk about the marketing concept. What is that? Firms should analyze the needs of their customers, then make decisions to satisfy those needs. This approach leads to what we will call a sustainable competitive advantage. It's a whole lot better than 3 martinis and a bolt of lightning when it comes to trying to come up with a good idea. There's a pattern here, and the pattern begins with a firm understanding of the way the management must take on this task. That is, be oriented toward the customer. The second key component is that they be honest about what the firm does really well. Believe it or not, sometimes management is deluded by what they can do really well and what they would like to do really well. What's the purpose of a business? Make money, right? No, that is a misconception to a degree, and a very smart fellow straightened us out on that. His name is Ted Levitt, who said the purpose of a business is to create and keep a customer. Making money is a requisite. However, getting and keeping customers is the path to making money. So that is a very good way to start. It will be the goal of marketing in its simplest form to get and keep customers. That will hold up very high. How do we do that? Well, there's a very simple 2-word answer. So far, everything's being pretty simple. So let's stay with me on this. Create value. This is essentially the way that we create a differential advantage. That definition at the bottom. A differential advantage is a benefit or a cluster of benefits that appeals to a considerable, sizable group of customers who are willing to pay for a product and that they cannot get elsewhere. Think of the pizza business from way back in 1958 when Pizza Hut standardized the business and took it national with all those little red-roofed huts. Godfather's came in 1973 with a price-value equation, very large amount of ingredients and a thick crust. Then along comes Little Caesars, identifying their value position by saying two for price innovation. Domino's found a new way to distribute, went to the door-to-door, which is very much changed the entire pizza industry. Then there's Papa John's, who said we can do it better with better ingredients. And finally, Papa Murphy's, the 2 Papas take up the back end here, when they came up with take and bake or love at 425 degrees. Take it home and bake it yourself. That is a good example of how things happen, and here is why it happens. Value. Value is what buyers are willing to pay, and superior value stems from offering lower prices than the competitors for equivalent benefits, or by offering unique benefits that more than offset a higher price. Yeah, that's a mouthful. We boil it down to this simple 2 terms. 2 paths to creating value: cheaper or better. That's it in a nutshell. Marketing, defined in the academic form from the American Marketing Association, says marketing is the activity, set of institutions, processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. That's a mouthful. We like to break things down for you, and we're going to do it right here by taking those 2 terms and really understanding how that fits into the market. Processes for exchanging offerings. The exchange is generally between 2 or more people. A buyer and a seller is a good start. And we'll try to take you through this and understand what is marketing in light of economic realities. Economic realities are essentially the economy. Large supply, little demand, that's a buyer's market. Little supply, large demand, that's a seller's market. So those 2 things are bookends for us and kind of dictate the kind of behavior we ought to be conducting in marketing if we are in a buyer's market or in a seller's market. It's quite different. Buyer's market, seller's market. Buyers is many outlets for the product. Sellers is many buyers for a product. And the buyer side is lots of competition, and sellers, limited competition. And finally, buyer has the power in the buyer's market, and yes, seller has the power in the seller's market. This essentially will define a lot of things for us, but most of all, it tells us, advises us how we should be conducting strategies. So the first thing we want to do when we are marketers is understand what is the nature of the market that we are entering. First key question, should the approach to the marketing be the same in each one of these markets? And we've answered that already with a resounding and thudding no. Of course not. It should not, because they are different. They should be treated differently. Many, few, many, limited, buyer, seller. 2 approaches: marketing and production. Marketing is customer-focused marketing. Production is product-focused marketing. And essentially that means focus on the customer and the competition. And on the production side, yes, it's internal, isn't it? Focus on company and its competencies. Finally, we take these 2 components and we try to understand then what would be the next thing we'd want to ask. How do we create competitive advantage? in each of these different environments, because there are different behaviors we will attempt to perform, because it will favor us being successful in one of those two different market situations, I should say. First, how products flow. In marketing, knowledge of customer and is insight is really what's important in marketing. In the production side, it's a little bit different. We need to know the competencies the firm is good at, how it innovates, and how it reduces costs. Secondly, the objective in the marketing side is to choose your customer and deliver on what they value. On the production side, more emphasis is placed on selling as much as you can, and increasing share decreases costs. Sell more, make more, unit costs drop. Third, profitability comes from delivering added value in the marketing marketplace. And in the production marketplace, scale and efficiencies. In other words, you want to be the low-cost producers. One is outside in, the other is inside out. I hope you can understand how we get there. This eventually leads to developing a value proposition. Now, a value proposition is the description of the unique appeal the firm offers to differentiate itself in the mind of the customer. Let's review real quickly what we've just discussed. First of all, the purpose of a business is to get and keep customers. The requisite is to make money. Secondly, a firm gets and keeps customers by creating value for its target customers. Two paths, better or cheaper. Differential advantage is the benefit or cluster of to sizable group of customers who cannot get it elsewhere. Be better or be cheaper. It is reflected in the firm's ability to identify and deliver unique value. The definition of marketing is the activity, set of institutions, processes, creating, communicating, delivering offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. And that's a long-winded definition. We broke that down for you just now. But the important thing is that strategic marketing is about creating competitive advantage. How does a firm create competitive advantage? In a buyer's market, it's necessary to have a marketing mindset, while in a seller's market, a production mindset is advantageous. Next, we will get into this idea of what business analysis is all about.